breeze there is. 12-8 plays 10-10. Been nip and tuck all day. Not a high standard game, but very close. Gart on against Cousins. In there, the ball going through to Nolan. Nolan got a kick away. Half forward line. Connolly under pressure, dropped it. Now Van Dommel up towards Murphy playing in defence this quarter as he winds his way through Platten. Now McDermott gets it out wider to Kernahan. It's a race for the speedsters. Stephen, Kernahan, Nolan. Kernahan looking for it. So is Bohm and his brother David. Not Bohm's brother David, Stephen's brother David, but the ball will be bounced centre wing on the outer side. 12-8 plays 10-10. The Dogs by a point at quarter time, the Bays by 9 points at half time, and now the Dogs by 10 points. Van Dommel got it out. Connolly on the bottom of the pack there. A Bay player who'll come up for air in a moment is Gavin Walsh, but another bounce at centre wing outer side.
The Dogs going against the breeze to the northern end, but the earlier part of the game has indicated that you can still kick reasonably freely to the north, as Van Dommel got a quick kick over the head. A bad bounce at centre half back saw Wayne Stringer clear the ball for Glenelg. On grandstand side now, Hewitt initially led in the race. Gibbs against Graham. Norsworthy. Salisbury doing hard work in there. Now Marshall. Marshall had a leg injury in the third quarter. Appears to have recovered. Copping was always going to mark that. Hearn wasn't quite sure what was happening. On the lead now, Seabow, but the kick was okay, except Cousins was there. Trigg. And on the outer side of the ground is Bohm. Bohm's done a pretty good job, actually, on Kernahan. No one to kick it to. 5 Glenelg players and Bytheen.
That was unbelievable that Bytheen could lead, though. He had a paddock out in the half-forward flank, and he led into the centre where all the Glenelg players were.
McDermott, Kernahan, Henwood. That's a good mark. Henwood at centre-half forward now, having played for 3 quarters at centre-half back. Thomas in front. Off hands it comes. McGuinness. Copping, take your pick. Copping gets the long one out. Marshall knows how to kick goals, and he puts that one straight through the middle for his first. With his 14th kick, Glenelg 11-10, the Dogs 12-8.
Well, early in the game, it appeared though Trevor Rowe was going to stay with, or not Trevor Rowe, Jamie Thomas, in fact, was going to stay with David Marshall to stop him doing that particular play when he sneaks into the half-forward line. And that was Stephen Copping. Then they took that well off hands, gave the handball away, conceded what appeared to be some metres, but the kick was too good.
The Dogs by 4 points. Marshall with a leg injury hasn't been the usual David Marshall. Good bounce. Guard on. Almost a second time. Bohm kicks him into attack. Loose ball coming across Salisbury. The bounce would aside. Favours Wayne Stringer. Has time to kick towards centre wing and Hewitt. He'll get there before Rowe. Elected to play on, or he dropped the footy or something.
No, the umpire called touch
play on, did he, Robert?
Touch play on.
Indicating that the ball was touched. And you think the Bay supporters are giving him a send-off. Centre wing throw in. Cousins in front. The Platten is good football. The kick away high to the half-forward line. Norsworthy. Michael Murphy at centre-half back this quarter. Shoots the left foot around the corner towards the half-forward line, and the man who's replaced in Henwood. Stringer wants it. The left foot kick away is not good. Seabow couldn't get a handball away of any distinction at all. Trigg back in defence, and the umpire is going to ball it up. Umpire Mark Mackey has taken an objection against Stringer. He went out like he was poleaxed.
Yeah, he pushed him out of the road, actually.
Yeah, well, I suppose he put it on a bit. Stephen Trigg's got it at centre-half back.
Played pretty well, Stephen Trigg. He's a very accomplished player. His 10th kick straight to Jeff Robertson. He's still the defence side of centre, though. The Dogs haven't looked good in the first part of this quarter. They've got a big hole at centre-half forward at the moment, which they can't fill. Well, they can now. Fraser's playing in that position, and he just marked it.
That was the kick we said a minute ago that Bytheen wouldn't lead into that space. They've got space over the top of half forward. They won't attack into it.
Bytheen now at full forward. Fraser at centre-half forward. Jeff Robertson has got it deep in the pocket. Not a great deal to kick to up there. Oh, yes, there is. DeRouge is there. I didn't see him initially. Big chap comes out now. He got pushed. Bytheen was in the way. Platten now, and Salisbury. Platten leads. Dives on top of it, and umpire Schofield will give it a bounce. So DeRouge is the leading goal scorer today with 5 goals. He's done it very well in a pocket. Garton easily. Van Dommel straight back to DeRouge. Very strong body work in there. Salisbury to Hewitt. Gibbs in front. Good mark. 15 metres against Graham. Fractionally unlucky. It wasn't a big incursion, but it was there. Jamie Thomas was really nonplussed by that. Seabone ran out very casually. Thomas, I thought, was going to intercept, but then he changed tack. Seabone's capable of kicking that. It's dead straight. 3 goals, Seabone. He's now full forward. Glenelg hit the front. 12-10, 12-8.
John Seabone certainly showing what a wonderfully skilled player he is. It's a very nice movement down the ground to him when they got the ball. Very nice mark on the lead, made position to get it. And all delivered to him by Gibbs. That kick of Seabone's, that's the 3rd one he's done today at that bottom end of the ground. And he's kicked it so well, and that was a very important goal then for Glenelg. He's put them 2 points in front. And we've had a pretty scrambly game here for the whole afternoon, but maybe it's going to liven up. We're going to see some real footy for the last 20 minutes.
Stringer off, Mark Motlop on. He's talking to the coach. Obviously, Graham Corn's unhappy with something that he did. Van Dommel, loose ball. All day the Dogs have suffered in their forward lines. Murphy back now to Stringer to the centre wing situation on the outer side where it's Kernahan who takes the mark. Motlop obviously going to add a bit of pace to the Bay forward division. David Kernahan gives it out to his brother. Almost out to centre wing, 15 metres. The Bays, or at least the Dogs, starting to make a few foolish mistakes. Stephen Kernahan to the attacking corner of the square. He's got Seabohm in there. Oh, a lot of players up. The ball comes to the back. Arms and legs everywhere. Quickly now Motlop. In goes Pryor. Now McGuinness. The handball away is not all that good. Quickly it's shot for goal. And I think it's offline was Henwood, I think, the shot for goal. And it's a point only. Gee, a lot of players in the square. And the Bays go another point clear to 12-11. Central 12-8.
Oh, the kick-off intercepted by Ross Gibbs. Well, Stephen Trigg, when sizing that up, it was certainly on, but he didn't anticipate the quick anticipation of Ross Gibbs. It went straight back over his head. Gibbs' first goal. Glenelg now get a break. 13-11 to the Dogs, 12-8.
Cowboy Neale on the phone, the runner out, but he hasn't gone to any player in particular. Obviously, Neale starting to get a little concerned as the Bay starting to exert their superiority. A kick to the half-forward line. Gibbs, Philip Graham, good tackle. The umpire said play on. Graham, Platten, Trevor Rowe. Well, I think he's run the ball out of play. Had to get round Murphy. The handball was on. The Dog players would be a little disappointed who were in board there waiting for the handball to come out. But Rowe tried to beat Murphy and in doing so ran the ball out of play. The moment of truth for the Dogs. Up by 10 points at three-quarter time. Now they've got a deficit of 9 points, a turnaround of 19 points with only 9 minutes of play gone on this last quarter. Cousins to Fraser. Fraser kicks long to the half-forward line. Robertson underneath it. Coming to meeting it, doing it well is Russell. Got it over there to Walsh. In turns Salisbury. Kicks to the half-forward line. Marshall couldn't. Gibbs back knocks it. Kernahan a bad bounce. Now Graham through. Right tackle Gibbs. Beautifully done. Kernahan. Hewitt. Now Marshall. The short pass is on. Copping into the pocket. Beautifully done. Oh, he dropped the sitter. Most unlike Copping. Gives a chance for Guinness. One to beat. Great tackle again. Lost the footy. Thomas under pressure. Gets it back towards Platten. And the Dogs momentarily out of trouble.
Well, the pressure's on. The Dogs will really need to be pretty good to get out of this. The Bay's going with the breeze. Centre wing, Robertson, good mark. That was a finger tipper. Garton didn't spoil away on that occasion. Cousins wants it in the middle. Robertson keeps it on grandstand side. Good mark in front to Michael Murphy. There's no affection in that little Neale, I can tell you. Michael Murphy gets his 15, 20, 30 metres.
What's Fraser's job? His job must be to upset everybody when they go to kick it out of defence, because he's done it every time.
Well, he's playing at centre-half forward. It's an important spot. Ross Gibbs caught. That's holding the ball. He knew it. Bubner. Gee, there's not a lot of movement for the Dogs. Fraser was the only one. The danger kick, that'll be swallowed up by the Bay players. Garton. Kernahan's on his own.
The Dogs will never win it, Peter, unless they get someone across half-forward line capable of getting a kick.
You're right, Ian. Henwood. Good body position. He's given them a bit of a spark too at centre-half forward. G. Marshall's on his own, running into the pocket. Copping and Seabone wanted in long. That's exactly what happens. Seabone from behind. Couldn't mark the ball. Off hands, Connolly. He's got a paddock to move in if he wants it. Away he goes. He's going to have to kick it backwards, though. There's no one up there. Now Nolan. Gee, I don't know what's happened to the Dogs. Their positioning is way out. DeRouge, off hands. Salisbury, holding on. Salisbury's free kick.
The Dogs forward line completely out of position.
Poitheen's been banished to the pocket, and he's done nothing. He was shifted, and he's just stood there, and he's not trying an inch at the moment.
Walsh trying to pick it out. McDermott. Platten beats him to it. Now he's got to beat David Kernahan. Salisbury. Back to McDermott. The Bays go forward again. Not well directed. And in defence, Connolly makes hard work of the mark. Now he kicks long towards centre wing on the outer side. Robertson out there. Stuck clear. Well destroyed there by Wayne Stringer. Gibbs sends them into attack up towards full forward, but well marked in defence by Trigg, having got rid of Seabone. Gee, there's been moves aplenty on both teams, by both teams. Gibbs. Good mark. He's been a solid performer all afternoon. 18 kicks. Screws that one slightly off the side of his boot up towards full forward. Cousins comes to meet it and takes the mark. There's two Dog players on the outer side who wants the ball. Marshall's going to make them work for it. Pryor, flanked by Connolly as they run the ball out of defence. Motlop. It'll go back to Pryor. In tandem, they run the ball out. Now Pryor kicks long to the lead out there on the outer side of McGrath. Russell there, one to beat. McGrath has got it, goes for the bounce, heads towards goal, puts it up in the air. DeRouge at the back. DeRouge, big mark. Oh, Platten's going to play on and kick a goal, but I think the umpire has paid DeRouge from behind. Duthie in front, and DeRouge, who's done well at full forward, booting 5 goals, has a chance to get the Dogs back in the game. They're only 9 points down, but it's against the trend of play at the moment. And it looks as like Bytheen is in a bit of trouble. He's got a bad back, is it? Doesn't look well at all. But DeRouge, edge of the square, goal, his 6th goal. The Dogs fight back 13 minutes into the final quarter, trailing 38 to 13-11.
Well, I thought Stephen Connolly was going to try and kick another right footer. Then he's running himself off his left leg as much as he can for the whole game. But on that occasion, he drew the Glenelg player to him and handballed the ball over the top to Pryor. And Pryor ran it right down the ground. And for once, he's kicked it into the space. And oh, how McGrath enjoyed that. He moved out after the ball, accelerated around Russell, banged it into the square, and Big DeRouge was there yet again.
Well, they've got a player up there that can win the game for them, the Dogs, if they can get it up there often enough. He seems to have Duthie's measure. A big punch away from Garton. David Kernahan cannot pick it up. Picking it up now, though, is Van Dommel.
He went the handball to the boundary umpire then. That was unbelievable, Peter. The boundary umpire's running back in front of him, and he went to give a left-hand handball to him.
I think you're right, Robert.
The white shirt's confusing.
It is.
We've commented on it 2 or 3 times so far on the call that yes, those boundary umpires, or the umpires generally, look like Dog players. Bubner, he's in attack now. Hoiks it over the top. Courageous jump on the ball by Russell. The umpire Mackey will bounce it. Do you reckon there haven't been any moves on? Trigg at fullback, Bubner up forward.
Graham to centre-half back.
Graham to centre-half back. Thank you, Robert. McDermott runs away from the back line. And Dommel couldn't get near it. Marshall's handball out wide to David Kernahan's pretty useful. The running player up forward is Copping. Right on him is Hearn. Out it comes now. Henwood. kicks in long. It's a wobbly old kick, though. It's out on the full. And Stephen Trigg will take the relieving free kick for the Dogs.
Well, it's tense. It's been tight all day. Oh, kicking into the man. Shocking kick. What? Goal, or is it a point offline? A point? Or, gee, the Bay should have kicked the goal there and capitalised on a very bad mistake by the Dog defence, but only a point registered.
Yeah, Stephen Trigg in, whilst, and I think we mentioned it before, he's having trouble with his kicking, and he couldn't lift it over the man on the mark then. And that injury that he copped a couple of years ago has certainly affected him a great deal with his kicking. Good mark from Cousins. But I'd agree with you, should have been a goal on the way back. Cousins now in front of Fraser. Good mark, good lead. But gee, they have to come a long way down for their kicks. Here's a chance now, Bubner. They're crisscrossing the field now, the Dogs. Bubner goes, thought he was going to go down into the pocket. Robertson, Stringer with the run of it. Van Dommel, good tackle. Off hands it comes to Fraser. He got out of that pretty well, then ran into trouble. Van Dommel, they're all in there having a go, and the umpire will bounce. Rosworthy hasn't been in the game for a while. Coach Corns, flanked by Jeff Blethen, the dark glasses. Tapped away. No one could get out, or the umpire's found a high tackle. Miraculously, it'll go to David Marshall. Got a knee injury in the third quarter, seems to have recovered. Kicked a fine goal earlier this quarter. Wobbles a kick out, all straight to Henwood. He dropped it. Quick enough to recover, though. Chips one over the top to Kernahan. Kernahan chips away again. McGuinness couldn't quite mark it. Rowe. Nolan. Thought about Connolly, but elected to go long. Oh, beautiful lead out into the pocket by Bubner. DeRouge on the lead. The big chap can't quite get to the box with it. Platten. He's going to run into an open goal. Left foot misses. Well, Gavin Walsh was always going to cover him. It was just a question of whether or not Platten could get a straight kick away.
I don't know whether he knew he was there, Peter. He didn't seem to be concerned by him. But I suppose that's just lack of confidence by John at the moment. He's taken a shellacking physically this season. Kicking is towards Rowe. Beautifully swooped on by Michael Murphy. Kernahan. Good handball to Hewitt. Got it on the half volley. Marshall got it. Kick is a shocker. Kicking hasn't been good all day. Graham to Cousins. Thought it. Whoop. Backhanded McDermott. Cousins from the check side once again wobbles an awkward kick to the half-forward line. Bohm can't. Murphy to Kernahan. Beautifully done. Bohm got it. Puts it out. Now here's a chance. Fraser!
It's unbelievable. I think I'm trying to do anything to miss the ball. He tried to fall over there, didn't he?
Fraser's got it 45 metres out. Just trying to see the player in the sun on the outer side. It was Norsworthy who got it out to Bohm. And now it's Fraser from 40 metres out.
He'd be just about the best man in the side to have the ball in that spot, Ian.
Fraser, the top kick for goal. Head on. The kick is going to be home. Kick number 13. Goal number 4. The Dogs in front by 3 points. 14-9 plays 13-12. 19 minutes gone.
Gee, the kick was a fine one though, Robert, and the Dogs are in front. They've got a chance. Kernahan smashes it out. Hewitt runs through half forward, giving it everything, Hewitt. Now Graham, he's played a pretty fair game. The tackle's on Gibbs. Henwood, he runs into trouble. Now Graham shot it out as quick as a flash. Cousins couldn't get it out as quick as a flash. Nolan will get a free kick. Pretty lucky. McDermott says, I don't know what that was all about, but Nolan's got it at half-back flank. Kernahan on his own. Bubner leads. Murphy couldn't spoil it. Bubner, I'll tell you what, with Bubner and DeRouge, they've got the players that can win it, and Fraser up forward. They've got players that can win it for them. Nearly a good mark in front by Russell. Tackle off hands. Now Nosworthy, handball to Stringer. Stringer clears to the outer side of the ground. Pryor's still got plenty of pace against Motlop, and he's happy to see it go over the line just.
The Dogs by 3 points in a thriller. Not a mistake. Gardon and Cousins played well. Norsworthy prepared to throw that one out. Chance now for David Kernahan to run them into attack. A long kick up towards full forward. Bone can't get there. Gibbs for the crumbs. Against the tide, conceding ground. Hooks around the corner looking for Copping. Copping setting himself. Thumped away by Hearn. McGuinness with the pace. Jamie Thomas worked with him. And the ball has gone out of play in the right forward pocket. 14-9 to 13-12. McGuinness hurt. Thomas is not real good either. They're both limping. Henwood. Bit slow. Cousins swoops on it. Short to Robertson. Too far for that player. Kernahan behind. Bubner. Kernahan in short. Goes in board now. Garden drops it. Gets away a handball. Marshall, gee. Got rid of that like a hot brick. Walsh. David Kernahan dummies. Puts out a pass. Motlop. Can't quite get there on the fall. 30 metres out. Straight and 60-degree angle. Buries it. Goal to Motlop. His first. The Bays back in front. 14-12 plays 14-9. 21 minutes gone.
It was Mark Motlop, in fact, that had the opportunity early in the quarter to really put Glenelg 2 or 3 goals in front. And on this occasion, he's received it, running out into the space, straightened up, and a very important goal has kicked it. Oh, how hard it is to sit up here and watch players. We can't even keep track of how many people are handling the ball. It's hitting the ground when it should be hitting bodies. It's full of errors.
Coach Neale is having apoplexy. Up goes Cousins. Connolly couldn't get it out. Now Van Dommel, he'll be caught. Now Philip Graham. The Dogs go in now to make their charge. Nosworthy, mark, right mark. He'll have to be played. He's any player that touched it. He might get 15 too. Scott Salisbury there is conceding the 15 metres. Mark Nosworthy's been out of the game for a while. Short, Platten. Oh! Dropped the ball, took his eyes off it late. Wobbly kick away. Ross Gibbs got a bad bounce. Nolan maintained his composure. Now Van Dommel runs through half forward. DeRouge on the lead. Duthie in front. He picked it up. He marked that ball. He handballed it out though. Kernahan, Connolly. Connolly leading. Kernahan. Glenelg out of trouble. Henwood way out on his own. Graham is a mile away. Motlop might get it next. No. Kick didn't find him. He taps it through now to Copping. He's onto the left foot. Copping bars away. Puts it through for the Bays. Copping's got 4. The Bays are 9 points up. 15-12 to 14-9.
Well, Stephen Kernahan showing what a champion he is, running around that half-back line, great pace and determination, getting Glenelg into attack, and finally enabling to sew the game up there, I feel, with that play to Stephen Copping. But Rene Van Dommel could probably carry his leg cut off then as he was running into the goal front with DeRouge standing in the square, trying to find a short pass, and it was Duthie that intercepted it, and that's what caused the rebound goal.
The Bays by 9 points. The Dogs are going to have to work hard from here. Garton. Marshall working hard for the ball in there. Is 39 Bohm, and the umpire will come in and rebounce the footy. Almost back in the centre circle. Cousins got the tap away. Platten tries to go through. Van Dommel over the top. In there is McDermott, but once more another bounce ball. Central has got to get 2 goals, provided the Bays don't score, and that's a big task. Garton and Cousins. Connolly, but it was Bohm who took it away for the lead of Robertson. Getting underneath it is Walsh on the outer side there. With him is Stringer. Fraser can't raise a gallop. Got it back now. David Kernahan playing well in this last quarter. Drives a long one to put the Bays into attack again. Henwood on the outer side. Graham over the top. Connolly wants it back. Henwood put paid to Graham, but fumbled the ball out of play. In fact, it was Marshall who couldn't pick it up.
Time running out for the Dogs. We're past 24 minutes. Henwood and Cousins. Philip Graham tried to get through. Well done then by McDermott. He taps it back. Went straight through Pryor. Motlop has certainly added the pace that Ian Day was talking about when he came on. Cousins cannot pick it up out there. McDermott under the body. Plenty of Dog players there, including Johnny Platten. Van Dommel as well. The line beats everybody. We'll see a ball in. Well, it's been a fine tussle. Not really an exhibition of good football, but in terms of a competition, every bit of competition. Henwood got a kick away of sorts. Thomas couldn't mark the ball, and it's out yet again. Valuable time ticking away for the Dogs. Thomas still showing signs of an injury. Cousins and Henwood. Cousins got his hands to it. Platten couldn't break the pack again. Van Dommel's handball. Now Fryer. Short to Fraser. Fraser's got it. Still defence side of centre. Brings it into the centre of the ground. Bubner. Off hands. The umpire says play on. No. It's got to go back to Bubner. Bubner obviously will have to go along. No one home for the Dogs. Glenelg players spoiled themselves. Van Dommel in there. No, it wasn't. It was Norsworthy. Couldn't get it out. In fact, it was Rowe. The umpire will bounce it.
Into time on, final quarter. The Bays by 9 points. But the Dogs in attack, they desperately need a goal. Came down well to Rowe. The kick is an awkward one. Getting back on it now, Robertson and McGrath. But the ball is paddled towards the line by Duthie, and it's out of play in the full forward pocket. Time ticking away. 15-12 to 14-9. The Rouge, fine game. With him is guard on. The back is Murphy. Got it back to Kernahan, who's in defence. A loose ball. Marshall against Connolly. Connolly keeps it in play only just. He's still in there, but now it tumbles over the line. The umpire said it was still in. Norsworthy gives a chance to Rouge. Robertson back to Norsworthy in the 1-2. Shoots the goal home. Second goal, Norsworthy. Giving the Dogs a chance. Only 3 points the difference. Central's 15-9.
There's only one kick in it. Central District has still got the players out there to win it. No doubt about it. Platten dropped it. Got it out now. Connolly caught. Kernahan in now. Now Van Dommel. Robertson. If he can get it out there, a chance. Boom. McGrath. Russell. McGrath now. Can he pick it up? Over it goes to Fraser off the ground. DeRouge. Getting back to the ball. It comes back towards Kernahan. The umpire's going to have to bounce it. Dear oh dear, the game was nearly won then. DeRouge just couldn't get beat to ball. There's still a chance, the Dogs. There's time left. Kernahan smashes it out, and we'll see a ball in. Amazing. They've got players, the Dogs up there that can kick goals. DeRouge, Kernahan, Platten. He kicked the goal. The goal umpire's gone down. Incredible. It's a goal. The Dogs are in front. Amazing. 16-9. Glenelg 15-12. First goal of Johnny Platten, and what a goal.
Well, we've been hearing about all the time. There was one kick in it a moment ago, and that one kick may have in fact been the goal that Stephen Kernahan was given in the third quarter that was through from behind. But Central District have rallied, and John Platten produced the impossible from in front of goal, and they've hit the lead by 3 points.
All time now, 29 minutes gone. Gardon gets the tap away towards centre wing. Bohm sends him into attack again. His handball's a shocker. Straight to David Kernahan. Bohm recovers, pushes the ball into attack. Russell back there. The Dogs happy to bottle it up as seconds tick away. 16-9 plays 15-12. Graham Corns. Oh, what's he thinking now?
Packing up and going home.
Has he lost the game? Well, they were 9 points down. Cowboy Neale chewing on the gum. Half forward, right flank. Van Dommel over the ball. Can't get it clear. Platten also in there as Murphy takes a high tackle and another bounce down. Centrals don't mind how long they keep it there. They got a 3-point advantage. Back in defence, McDermott can't. The ball comes out to Platten. Shoots for goal. Going to be close again. The Dogs have won it. Platten, 2 goals in the last 2 minutes of the game. Look at the excitement of the Dogs. Cowboy Neale can't believe how he got out of that. A brilliant comeback by the Dogs in the dome on the final quarter has seen them run out winners brilliantly. 17-9 plays 15-12. Oh, what a game.
Well, 2 great goals there by John Platten in the dying stages of that game. And well, if John Platten doesn't remember that snapper over his shoulder, I'm sure the poor old goal umpire with. Final scoreline, Central Districts, 17 goals 9, 111 to Glenelg, 15 goals 12, 102. The goal kickers for Centrals, Darouge got 6 and Fraser 4, while for Glenelg, Copping got 4, Seabohm 3 and Kernahan 2. And the stats from Football Park this afternoon: kicks 205, played 203, the marks 78 to 55, handballs 101, played 103, the free kicks 28 to 32, the rucks out of centre 11 to 10, and scoring shots 26 to 27. After the game, Ian Day and Peter Marcus spoke with Kevin Neale and Graham Corns.
Cowboy 9 points down with 2 minutes to go. How did you get out of that?
Well, sort of, if you look back on it, I think Johnny made a few blues during the day. It wasn't one of his best games, and, you know, I think people started to doubt whether he was a good player still or not, and those last couple of goals, I think, showed that he still was. You know, they give all credit to the fellas. They never gave in. I thought we're gone, to be quite honest, but, you know, they found a little bit there somewhere.
In the last quarter, you made a telling move. Peter Bubner to centre-half forward to join Darouge, who played well all day.
Yeah, well, Bubs was in good touch, and I didn't see any advantage after they'd got in front of us early in the last quarter in defending. And I thought, well, you know, he's in good touch. We'll put him down there and see if he can grab the ball for us, which he did.
Earlier, your forward lines weren't good. There was a lot of sloppiness up there, and you weren't using the ball either with hand or foot. Your passing was astray.
Oh, yeah, we haven't been playing all that well all year, Ian, and we had to sort of battle a bit today, and I thought we overcome it slowly. We started off playing and using the ball a bit poorly, but it's a thing that you've got to work at, and it'll come, and the win will give them a bit of confidence as well. Stephen
Kernahan was giving a goal that didn't look to be a goal. How would have you felt had you lost it by that odd goal?
Well, there wouldn't have been anything I could have done about it. I wouldn't have felt all that good. In actual fact, I thought it was out in the full, but still, I was going crook when he gave it a point, but he gave it a goal.
Well, now, what's wrong with the Dogs? Now, they got out of that one, so they showed a lot of courage and integrity to get back into the game, but where are they still letting you down?
Oh, well, I don't, after today, you know, in that performance, I couldn't criticise that anywhere, really. The end result was what we were after. We haven't been playing well. I think we may have turned the corner a little bit. You know, when you're down in confidence, not a lot of things work, and it's hard to get it back if you don't win. And I think the win, and especially in those circumstances, and especially again it was Glenelg, we have trouble against them. I think that'll lift them a lot.
Kevin, you confused us poor old commentators with your interchanges off the bench. You had about 3 or 4 players coming and going out of that centre square. Were they on a tagging mission, or just you were interchanging your running players?
Oh, no, I was interchanging this week my ruck rovers off the bench, yeah.
Big Darouge, is that about the best game you've seen him play for the Dogs? I haven't seen him play better.
You know, his result is 6 goals, yeah, but he played very well the last week against Norwood, and you know, he's played 3 or 4 real good games, and he's such an honest big bugger, and he just, you know, he knows he's a bit limited, and he just gives it all he's got, and that was a marvellous result for him too.
Kevin, congratulations on your reappointment for 2 years as the Dog coach. How do you feel about it?
Oh, good. I'm very pleased with that. I mean, yeah, it's no, I think we've got a plan we're working towards, and you know, it gives me a little bit more time now, and I can go at it a little bit more confidently.
Stephen Kernahan worked very hard for you, I think, for the last quarter of an hour particularly. Normally an effort like that would...
Well, he and Chris McDermott and Adam Garden as well. That was our first ruck in the last quarter, and it wasn't really their fault that we lost the game.
Port Adelaide next week, and you destroyed them twice so far this year. Next week, of course, becomes a must-win for Port as well too, but obviously for Glenelg in addition.
This week was a must-win. Last week was a must-win. The week before was a must-win. So, you know, they're pretty hollow words unless you're prepared to put them into effect on the ground.
Thanks, Graham. Perhaps things might improve a bit. Well, they can't get any worse, can they?
They could.